Live from Tripod Studios in scenic downtown Nashville, it's El Nah with your host, El Graves.
What is up, everybody? It is a beautiful day here in Nashville, Tennessee. I am super excited and super glad to be bringing you to the show today. My name is El Graves, and this is El Nah, the dope sports show where every week we're going to bring you the biggest topics in sports from the East Coast to the West Coast and, of course, the Third Coast right here in Nashville, Tennessee. And I don't want to even push this anymore without throwing it to my man, Casey.
Yak yak.
He's the main man.
What's up? Casey Shaheen at Gym Class Tryhard on Twitter and Instagram. Tripod Studios out here
representing. But hey, like I said, we can't start the show unless you go to YouTube, go into Facebook, liking, following, subscribing. I'm going to keep telling you until I see those followers go up. So, hey, definitely out here. Hey, also, and hit us up on stashpassions.com.
Stash Passions.
I like that.
What's this one?
Wait, I got to say this. Where mustache rides are always free. I think it's like, I was thinking that it was women who have mustaches looking for men who have mustaches. But it's just women who want mustaches. And
I get it.
The women who love men.
Yeah,
you get the gist of it. But we got a dope show today. I mean, hey, it's the calm before the storm of the CMT, big riot that's just about to hit Nashville, the big hurricane.
Hell week.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be just beer, boots, drunk peeps in the streets.
Yeah, they'll be there.
I'm going to be there probably.
It's going to be chubby women named Kathy wearing, hooded. I think I said that last week. It's just a bunch of chubby women named Kathy from Kentucky wearing hoodies in the middle of the summer. Let's go in here, Don. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have gotten married. That's pretty much how the conversation goes.
We're in sweaters.
Just waddling.
In the heat.
Waddling through the streets, varicose veins on display.
Oh, just pulling her kids right behind her, too.
Oh, on a leash. Braden's on a leash.
Braden's on a leash. Get down here, Braden.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get some boots for your aunt.
Get your brother Bentley. Ugh. Especially considering they all have diabetes, like Braden and Bentley. Ugh.
You got me nervous for the week now.
Oh, it's going to happen.
That's going to take up parking downtown. It's going to be nuts.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be insanity. But you work for Lyft, so it's going to be, it's good for you. Like, you get to the Lyft.
I can lift everywhere.
I lift everywhere I go. This show's brought to you by Lyft. Brought to you by someone who works for Lyft, which I think we can parlay into a sponsorship.
I mean, hey, I think we'll work on that.
We can work on that.
We just got to get those followers up and those subscribers up.
And it's working right now.
I mean, yeah.
Make sure you hit up the, where are you on Instagram?
Oh, hit us up on just ELNAW show. El Nah Show.
At El Nah Show on Instagram.
I fixed it.
You can see clips of past shows. Yeah, easy.
It's easier. No spaces, no weird stuff in there. But yeah, like you said, clips of last shows, cool topics.
Last week was awesome.
Yes.
Last week we had friend of the show, Matt Boyd.
Matt Boyd was the man.
He actually thought the conversation went so well that he decided to take the audio and do a swapcast, where swapcast, for those of you who don't know, is when you take a podcast and you post the same one on both feeds.
I like
so
that.
On his feed, if you go to Pray Tell with Matt Boyd on iTunes, SoundCloud, actually you can go to mattneilboyd.com and all of his stuff there. He's a local comic, has all of his dates there.
He is hilarious.
So check him out at Matt Neil Boyd on Twitter and Instagram.
Hey.
So if you liked it, go ahead and show him some love.
Yeah.
That was that was a fun one.
It was.
My mom even said she liked it. My
You
mom was here.
Mom was chilling over a stage right, which is, I guess, your left. But yeah, she was awesome. I think she stepped up our game a little bit too.
She did. I had to show her what I was doing. She's like, "Is my baby doing anything important?" I'm like, "You goddamn right I am, Shell. You goddamn right." She's listening right now. She probably isn't, but she's listening right now. She will be.
She will be.
We're going to get her to follow at El Nah Show on Instagram.
Check us out also, El Nah Show on YouTube.
YouTube.
But hey, so we got to run this show down because, like I said, it's the calm before the storm. So, I mean, hey, the storm that we got brewing is the Nashville SC, because if you don't know, we got the bombest ass team in the USL right now. Group A is about to.
Are you saying an expansion team is going to go to the finals?
I think so.
Where else does that happen?
Well, it's almost like saying, right now we're pretty much shooting up the charts right now. With wins in the last couple of weeks, we're definitely going to break that down a little bit because, I mean, people are still walking up to me on the streets and saying, like, "Oh, we got a soccer team?" I'm like, "How do you not?" Because but yeah, we're still going to get into that and I guess educate some people on the soccer team. But also, Titans are finishing up one set of OTAs. They're going to get another one started, I think, here in week after next. But I mean, right after that, we got training camp. So my biggest question is, are we ready for the season or even to win
We're
a
about
championship.
as ready as we're going to get. But we're going to get to that later.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that because I got some questions. I'm kind of nervous, me being a diehard Titans fan. But also we got to take them coast to coast. You know, we got to go big topics because I mean, if you people don't know, LeBron is going up against I don't even know what you would call the juggernaut of a team.
I would say the Titans, the actual Titans, like Mythos Titans.
Mythos Titans of the West Coast.
They're the Monstars.
They are the Monstars.
They're super team, dude. Super
man,
group.
They are like
They're like damn Yankees. Had Ted Nugent and two other guys from two bands that I don't know. I just know they're a super group.
dang. You pretty much just set up Space Jam 2 right there. Here's LeBron playing
Well, you know,
the Monstars.
LeBron's already signed on to be in the next one, and I don't know where that was going to go.
I don't even. I want to get into that show too because I feel like
I do got a good take on that. I'm going to say it right now. The next Space Jam should be Michael Jordan's son playing for the at the time. This is my idea from the time, playing for the Bobcats. But he was a young kid, or no. He was playing for a college team, and he has to get taken up, and he's like he doesn't make the cut, but he gets pulled down in Toontown into Looney Tune Land, and he gets built up and trained, and has to go against like an ultimate enemy. He comes back, gets drafted by the Bobcats, owned by Michael Jordan, his father.
So he goes in and gets good,
and his dad
back?
winks. Like he sees, he kind of knows it's coming. He's almost like Odin up in the sky. He's like, watching it happen. But he's like, I can't intervene. Otherwise, it's not a pure thing. And then turns out Michael Jordan just had amnesia before Space Jam 1. He'd already been to Toontown, and that's how he made it because he didn't make the high school team. He got brought down from high school up there. Bam, bam. Origin story. We're talking. It's full-fleshed. It's a good idea, right?
That's pretty good.
It's a good idea.
Like you got to go around it, and which I like. I like that because you brought his son into it, and it's like a father-son thing, passing the torch a little bit. I like that. I
Passing
like
the glowing basketball. Muggsy Bogues' stuff still stuck in there because that dumb can't even figure out how to get out of there.
Gosh, Muggsy Bogues. I still like him. He was a little tiny man with 5'6".
God, he was so good.
He was so good.
He truly was a nugget.
He truly was. Man, shout out to you, Muggsy.
Shout out to Muggsy.
Shout out to
My
Muggsy. LeBron going to be the Monstars. Is he going to be able to come back? Because
He is a monster.
he is a monster himself. He
Yeah.
is all of the Monstars packed into one dude. Because, I mean, we're definitely going to talk about if he's able to get this game 3.
Yeah.
Pretty much get the upset at this point because, Monstar team. So, bland. Also, we lost a legend yesterday. A lot of you, if you don't know him, he was the man back in 1987. Dwight Clark, fingertip catch with your boy Joe Montana. Amazing. He passed away. We're definitely going to throw some respect to him because, I mean, shout out to Dwight.
We'll get to that
Fingertips all day. But yeah, we're definitely going to relive his great career, how dope he was,
Right.
and how much ESPN has used that catch in so many promos.
I'm into that.
And also, we're definitely going to break down the XFL's hire of Oliver Luck. If you don't know who he is, I don't know who he is either. I had to look him up. And he's the new commissioner of the XFL. I mean, he's the new Roger Goodell of the brainchild of Vince McMahon. So we'll see if. Oh, wait, hit that bell ring one more time.
Oh, you get a call.
And then we get, yes, ring the bell because we're getting into it. So we'll see if the XFL is going to be an actual thing.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to be one season that you can buy on DVD at Walmart.
We'll see. There was a lot of talk about it at first, if it was even a viable business model. They said yes now because we were such a torn nation that we needed, and because the NFL. I mean, there's a lot of. Well, we're going to have to get into that 'cause there's a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I think that's what he wants.
Definitely,
so,
yeah.
We're definitely getting it. Also, Johnny Manziel made his debut in the CFL for the Hamilton Bearcats. We're definitely going to take a look at his, what he looked like and if he's going to be actually good, because he might, like I said, I think he's a new age Doug Flutie, just on drugs.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, hey,
A one pump chump.
one pump chump.
That wasn't a soundboard. There was an actual shotgun in
That
the
was
studio.
actually him. Like you thought it was. I got scared. I got nervous. I thought I was at a wedding. But lastly, we're going to touch on another technical foul because we're going to keep throwing them at you because if we need to blow the whistle and stuff, we will blow the whistle. And I don't know if you heard about this whole every year the champions visit the White House. So we're going to see what Trump had to say about the Philadelphia Eagles. And
Let me
their
guess.
response.
It's problematic.
Maybe.
All right. Well, I can't wait to find that out. I can't wait.
Definitely going to jump
I can't wait.
because why would we not?
Right.
So, hey, forgot to bump that.
Yeah,
So, hey,
let's bump a little bit.
we've been bumping. Let's go ahead and bump the drink local because I want to hear that noise, that little burp,
There it is.
because it starts off the show. You ready? It's a nice,
Welcome to Drink Local.
nice release.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice release there. So first, like I said, we got to jump into the local stuff, and of course, Nashville SC is jumping into this season like both feet, getting into it because like I said, we still had a rough start, but now they are amazing
Great
right
team.
now. Nobody wants none of this. I mean, hey, like last week we were 10th in the rankings. Now we're 6th in our group. If you don't know soccer,
That's up 4 slots if you don't know math.
hey, one is less than the other.
Uh-huh.
Which is, I mean, I guess one's higher in the ranking.
We're about to get that pole position, gang, gang.
Gully gang.
Gully gang, gully gang, gully gang, gully gang.
Gully gang all day.
I love that.
And that's what Nashville SC is like, is when you go to the games, it's like they're so involved with the fans.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird.
It's a
'cause
pep rally.
It is a pep rally. Like they get hype. They're like yelling with the fans,
It's
you know,
good.
giving them fives after goals. It's amazing.
Awesome. I still haven't been to a game yet.
I gotta get out
But
there.
we have a team. I'm just kidding.
We have a team.
It'd be funny if after all this time I'm like, oh, I haven't been paying attention. We have a team. Wow.
Wait a minute, we have a team?
Yeah.
But like I said, we're killing it right now because,
Yeah, we are.
like we mentioned, we played Penn FC. That was this last game. Of course, we destroyed them 3-1. I mean, that doesn't sound like a huge
Fuck the Rust Belt.
fuck 'em. I mean, but 3-1. That doesn't sound like a big march, but we crushed them. Like it was ridiculous because if you're starting to watch them, also watch them on my 30 CW. Is that CW?
CW, yeah, no, my TV 30.
My TV 30. Oh yeah, CW. You're not a thing anymore. But
CW is a thing.
oh, it is.
Yeah, yeah. Dare to defy. Dare to defy is their motto. They're making Canadian kind of melodramas, high produced melodramas.
They're like the new age Degrassi's.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, a lot of that kind of stuff. A lot of those same actors are in a lot of the.
Wow.
It's a lot of Canadian produced stuff, like the Superwoman, the Flash,
Oh, for real? Oh, we know what Drake's gonna be doing when he finally retires from rap.
Superwoman.
Shout out to Pusha T on that one. But
He'll send you an invoice for that, Pusha.
ooh, yes, that was mean. But yeah, like I was saying, we just crushed Penn FC.
Right.
If you're not watching the team, some names you should know. Matt Pickens, he's our goalie. He's a beast.
Yeah.
Like he is a
How
beast.
tall is he?
I'm trying to think of words.
Goalies are tall boys.
He's like 6 foot, I think.
Yeah.
Just 6
Oh,
foot,
he's
6'1".
not that tall.
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of goalies that are very tall.
But he's got hops though.
Yeah.
Is what I've noticed. And it's
Hops. Got a
like,
vertical.
Yeah, like his reach.
Yeah.
Ladies like his reach. Like you hear the ladies. Oh,
LLHR. Ladies love his reach.
ooh, that's gonna be my new rap name. But like I said, he's always making like some kind of epic save during the game. If it's not like what was it, 75 minutes in the second half. I mean, always
Yeah.
give it some kind of save that you're gonna see on some kind of social media.
Hell
or
yeah.
something like that. So that's always good.
Good for
And,
SC.
like I mean, we crushed it. What was his name? Oh, Brandon Allen. That's my boy. Because these past couple games, you're seeing him crush it, scoring at least one goal every
Yeah.
game with Lebo Maloto.
Lebo, Malota.
I had to drop his name because it's fun to say.
Oh, Lebo.
Oh, Lebo. Oh, well, his birthday just passed not too long
Oh
ago.
shit!
too. Happy birthday, Lebo.
What's his dick taste like? I know his birthday. I know his favorite color.
I mean, this is all social media stuff.
Is it? Oh, is it?
So
I'm just fucking.
I gotta stay up on
Yeah,
it.
that's right. You got to, and that's what
Right.
you can do. At El Nasha, you can stay up on it too.
Stay up on it after he just says when his dick tastes like that. That's
Gang,
a
gang.
horrible response. But yes, like I said, we're crushing it. So get out there and support. Hey, but what's dope is the next home game, July 7th, Nissan Stadium.
Hey,
I'm a little nervous because they were a shit show last time there in Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna suck or if it's gonna be this team that's gonna show up and
what if it's because that was season opener, so it was small.
yeah, exactly.
And they were probably trying to get their bearings. So like they move over there. They've shaken it off. They got that momentum.
Yeah.
They become a team. They're gelling.
Actually get a feel because I think
Yeah.
like you're saying, it's the beginning of the season.
Right.
I mean, hey, like I said, the defense is killing it, and finally the strikers, the offense is like killing it. So
Hell yeah.
that's two killing it. So that's a mass murder. I mean,
Right.
so Gully Gang.
Shout out Parkland.
So like I said, like we just need them to stay the course. Hey, that I think that game in
Yeah.
Nissan's gonna be mean.
Hell yeah, are you gonna
I
go?
think- yeah,
Damn right you are.
I'm gonna miss work for that one.
Wish I had time to go to shit. I'm in this mother.
Yeah, you're working hard though. That's
I'm out here.
good. That's good. You're doing your thing.
Grind gang.
You got to grind gang. You got to make that money. I mean, we need to, that's probably going to be like a soundbite.
Yeah, that'll be a bite.
Grind gang. But yeah, so like I said, Titans, we got to keep it moving because, I mean, we're staying local. The Titans, like I said, we just finished up an OTA last week, and now we're moving on to another one here, like probably week after next. Just watching videos, looking some live feeds. I mean, you can't really see anything because they're not hitting anybody. They're not doing anything. They're running some normal plays, but I mean, I'm kind of excited, but I'm kind of nervous as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the team finally looks like what I want them to look like. But,
They're not just a bunch of Marcus Mariotas. They're a bunch of clones.
hey, that's what I would love.
Yeah.
If it was a team full of Marcus Mariotas, offensive line, defensive line.
They just be throwing it off. They just be throwing balls off helmets and just catching it, bobbling it.
Or throwing them off the defense's hands. And
Yeah.
catching them. Score touchdown. That was ridiculous. In any other defense, that's an interception.
I'll never get over it.
I'll
never get over it.
I love it because that made people go, "Oh my gosh, he's amazing!"
Yeah, but he threw a bad pass and caught his bad pass, so he recovered from it.
Yeah, and I like because his athletic ability is what got him the touchdown. Yeah, but also his fuck up is what caused it. So I mean,
Exactly.
hey, I guess it's how you rebound from some
Falling upwards.
Exactly.
Some people stumble and they fall down to the ground. Some people stumble and they turn it into a beautiful dance.
Hey, I like that poetry,
Gang, gang.
depth, like I always say.
Slam gang.
Slam gang, gully gang. But of course, we're always going to talk about Marcus. He's a quarterback.
Yeah,
but
he's fantastic.
My first question is secondary. Is that going to improve? Because we got Malcolm Butler. Throwback to when I messed up his name way earlier in the show, and that's because it was an early show.
Yeah.
More professional.
Yeah.
Know what we're doing. But shout out to Malcolm Butler. We got him coming back. We got Logan Ryan. We got Adoree. But I'm still nervous because is Malcolm Butler going to actually be a great player in our defense? I mean, I don't even know what our defense is. We got a new coordinator, new overall coach, so I'm still kind of wondering. I mean,
Shit, I'd prefer that we had a coach in overalls. You know what I mean?
throwback to the Oilers.
Gang.
Houston. But
Greasy gang.
yeah, because I mean, Malcolm Butler, I mean, he was consistent. He was super consistent.
Yeah.
And then for some reason you take him out the Super Bowl. I'm still wondering
Yeah.
why you do that because that was idiocy and you lost. So who looks like the dumbass? But I mean, yeah, we'll see because
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to come. He's going to step up at least Adoree's game because
Yeah.
he's amazing. He's going to take
It'll be
that huge
interesting.
step forward.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can return one for a touchdown and we don't get some kind of penalty or get called back for something because that was every return he had. But the dude's got wheels though.
I just think it's funny, like someone can do so well and just get to that upper echelon, and then people just are like, nope, you
Always.
can't have it.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
And that was every return. You just watch him weave through people, and like right when he's about to hit that touchdown, you see somebody go, "Oh, I'm gonna push this dude in the back right quick because I need to fuck this up."
Yep.
Because I mean, hey, that's the usual. But hey, hopefully, like I said, Vrabel's gonna come in here. He's gonna make people step their game up. I mean, but hey, also edge rusher. That's something else we were wondering about because we got Harold Landry. Like I met the dude.
Yeah.
He is a giant. He's scary.
Is he a gentleman?
He is. He put his arm around me.
Yeah.
He held my shoulder tenderly.
I figured he put his arm around you like this. Like he wrapped it around one shoulder and touched your other shoulder.
That would have been scary. Then I would have been freaked out.
Yeah.
I also took a picture with him. I'm gonna post that picture on the Instagram as well.
You
Wow,
should.
David.
At El Nasho on Instagram.
El Nah Show. Are you not following yet? Because if you're not, I'm going to say at least 3 more times.
And
El Nah
get
Show.
on it, mother.
Yes, because I'm gonna post this picture. You got to see it. He actually is like 2 of me wide, but
Jeez.
he's like an inch taller than me because he's like what 6'2". Rashawn Evans, Sharton Lewis, sorry, is 6'3". So I mean, you get that like little bit of height difference. But my biggest thing is when I look at the videos of him, he was always looked like he was way smaller than
Yeah.
the offensive lineman, but his speed was ridiculous though, blowing by people. So that's the biggest thing I'm wondering is he going to be that dude who steps up and actually becomes our like
Becomes a bowling ball.
our Von Miller.
I like that.
Von Miller. I feel like I'm speaking German when I say Von Miller's name. Black guy.
He does. Yeah, I know, right? He does. He does sound like he does sound like he like played for the Third Reich.
Exactly.
His name is
Rugby.
Von Miller. What is he? He's black gentleman. Okay, he's okay with me. That's a very bad German accent.
Kenny Von Fast.
Yeah.
A lot of
Kenny
V's.
Von Fast. Jesus, that's fun. That's
That's
fun.
a lot of fun. We're going to break out more German accents on the show, I feel like.
Did somebody say German?
Ooh, the Germans.
Yeah.
Von Miller. We're hoping Chris Landry is a Von Miller. I forgot where that went to. But Chris Landry, yes, please get here and see this dude. Because, like I said, we got training camp coming up soon. They always got that open to the public.
Yeah.
And they're going to post that schedule. I'll yell it out over this show, too. But
Yeah, you will.
people need to get out, watch him, because I feel like he's going to blow up.
Yeah.
Because you got Rashawn Lewis, yes, but also you got Kevin Dodd, who we drafted John Robinson's first year, who has done nothing.
Nothing.
So either he's probably going to get cut.
Put him
this
to
year.
work. Put him to
Yeah,
work.
Put him to work.
Just put the
Get
boys to
on it.
work.
Get on it.
What do we have to lose?
What do we have to lose? What does he have to lose?
We barely ever made it to the playoffs. We made it last year on accident, so we
on
might as well
accident.
try. We might as well just try something new.
With the poopiest offensive coordinator in the league.
Whew.
Gosh, just think if we actually, had our pretty boy Matt LaFleur this year. Gosh, but also, we'll jump we'll jump straight into Marcus and Matt LaFleur because, that's my biggest thing. Is Marcus going to become the quarterback?
I told you he's got 3 years.
3 years, yeah. And this will be
They're building an offense around him, and for what sounds like they're building a defense that could keep him off the field as much as possible.
Exactly.
If they can turn over the ball enough and give Marcus just some opportunities where he doesn't need to constantly come on, because our defense is constantly allowing they're not turning over the ball enough.
Exactly.
So as long as you keep Marcus off the field, I think we'll be in a good position.
Yeah. And I think just like the time he can take off the clock, maybe in Matt LaFleur's offense, just because you're looking at the Rams from last year, like, because I'm thinking if we could get like a Matt Gurley, hopefully Deion Lewis will be our Matt Gurley
Be great.
and actually kill whatever this exotic smash mouth was supposed to be last year. It was exotic, all right.
It was subtropical at best.
Subtropical. It was horrible. It was like Florida weather.
Yeah, it was muggy. It was in a what you might call a bog.
Oh gosh, it's swamp ass. That's definitely what it was.
Mud butt. Ugh. It was it's piss poor. And actually, watching the Titans play has been a heartbreak for a while. So it'd be cool to see a new offensive style.
Exactly.
Something that's a little more not as flashy, more effective maybe.
Exactly.
Instead of going for long balls, instead of running it, maybe running it more.
Yes.
Does Marcus have the feet for it?
I think he does. It's just I don't want to put that pressure on him to run. He's a quarterback.
No,
so
I'm sure he's listening.
Hey, bro, listen. Don't run.
I'd like to say that, but I'd hate, because he's a big fan of the show, I'd hate to put pressure on him.
He will be.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to get a Marcus Mariota like idol or something. We're going to sit it right here because that's my dude. I'm going to get a tattoo.
A shrine of Maui?
The lay. The lay has blessed the mic because of Marcus Mariota. I spend $1,000 every year because of Marcus Mariota.
It's a lot of money.
So I'm blaming it all on you, bro.
Blaming it on you, Marcus.
Just kidding, no pressure. But he's going to do awesome this year.
Yeah.
I think so. Just with the way Matt LaFleur's going to have it set up, just hopefully he can call those plays and put them in the right position. I think he will. So much love, much hope. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. But hey, let's take it coast to coast. Hop on a plane here. Your 1048 to coast to coast.
We're cruising at 750,000 feet in the air. We are currently in orbit of the Earth because, if you look down, you will see all of your loved ones drifting away very far because we cannot control this plane as we do not have the jet propulsion technology. So buckle in. This is going to be a long eternity.
That's a sad shuttle right there.
That's a sad shuttle. Southwest. It's Southwest. They can't
It
figure
is
it out.
Southwest. Oh,
Hey,
man.
you'd rather be on Southwest than United. Get into a brawl. It's like Con Air.
God, dude, Con Air. Gosh, it is. Man, that's scary. I wouldn't mind getting tackled, though. I'm going to sue.
To the XFL of the sky. We'll get into that.
The XFL of the sky. Vince McMahon, that's your next thing. If it doesn't work, take it to the sky. Some kind of airplane, airfield or something. But like we said, LeBron, if you don't know, he's the best player in the world right now. I mean,
In the words of Matt Boyd on last week's show, that boy good at basketball. He is good, man.
perfect soundbite.
God, he's good.
He is so good. Like, it's nuts. Just because he's so good that on a night where you can score 27 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, they go, LeBron, you need to step your game up, bro. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you put up a game 2 like that, and they're bashing you. Like, I wish the refs could give him
There was
some.
no game 1, though.
Oh, game 1.
51 points.
Wow. Like, he killed it. I mean, did he?
Would you say that LeBron killed it or JR killed it?
Jay, we're gonna get into that
Oh, I just wanted to,
because
I wanted to
man,
tee it up for you.
because he is hotter on social media than anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Hotter than those Instagram hoes.
God.
Butt pictures with inspirational quotes.
Like they're looking at all his stuff going, damn, JR got pulled. But I mean, like, what do you? Let's just go ahead and get into that right now. If you don't know, game one, it's tied. They shoot the free throw, right? I can't even remember who was shooting a free throw. Was it George Hill?
Yes.
Yes, George Hill takes a free throw, intentionally misses the second one perfectly. I don't even know how, because I'm watching the video. He's standing right on the foul line. I guess probably like power forward, center position. He gets in there, gets the offensive rebound, and perfectly so that he drops down, they pop up. He has them perfectly to go right back up, put the ball in the hole.
What does he do?
And this boy takes the ball all the way to half court. You see LeBron. Out there. Oh, I like that. I was going to Benny Hill all the way. And then LeBron, he's like, what are you doing? Shoot it, baby. J.R. Smith, I was like, what you talking about, baby? And then LeBron's like, shoot it, baby. LeBron's like, what, baby? And then he looks up. Wait, I thought we was up one. And then the game's over.
They went into overtime, and they shat the bed.
Yeah, because that's like I said, the game was over pretty much after that.
Well, it was so, and this was my thought. And I was watching it. I had just gotten off of work, and I hadn't really watched the entire game, but I got to the last quarter, and I'm up at Buffalo Billiards. Shout out on scenic historic 2nd Avenue National. I'm trying to make that a thing. Historic 2nd Avenue.
Bring it back.
Where we both work, both employed.
Yeah.
I was watching it, and as I saw him get the rebound, he could have gone up, but he ran back. And this is what my thought was. JR is such a dumb thug that he ran back because he went back to his street ball days where he's like, got to take the ball back. Like, and that was my thought. And then I see him say, like, I thought he was trying to take it back to run the clock out. He's like, oh, well, I thought we were tied, or I thought we were up. And I'm like, why would you be up? And then there, I mean, all the press conferences that ensued, like, I have not been able to really keep up on it because the internet is mean and it moves fast.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I was not ever able to get caught up in the winds of change that are the internet. So enlighten us. Well, tell us what transpired afterwards.
Oh, man, because the first thing is, they asked, like you said, they asked him if they were up one. LeBron's like, they asked LeBron, so are you done with JR?
This is in the press conference, right?
Oh, this is like right after. Like,
Right.
What do you think he was doing? He was like, I'm not really sure what he was thinking. I mean, I don't know, because I thought he was going to shoot the ball. So that's why I'm asking him why what's going on?
Well, he called the timeout. I'm not sure why they didn't give him the timeout. It was before he called the timeout a couple seconds before. I mean, you could have passed the ball in and just chucked it and
Exactly.
got. I mean,
all you need is 0.5.
All you need is 0.5 to get.
And that's a
run it up to the 3 and just drain it, unless you got like double coverage, because that they probably would have put in.
Yeah.
They would have been Putin. They would have been Putin.
They would have been.
Is Russia involved? Find out after the break. They would have put 2 men on LeBron if they would have passed the ball into him.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect Kevin Love moment, because I don't trust anybody else on that team to shoot that ball.
Yeah.
Especially not JR, who in the past
And
was the
JR
man.
is a man who can drain a 3.
Yes, like in the past, like all those other finals, stepping like that's what he steps.
Last year was incredible.
Yeah.
That one game.
That one game. But he was like, he hit like what, 5 threes? Yeah. It was amazing. But this whole season, like he's been absent. Like he hasn't even been there. I don't even know where it was, but it's been nuts.
Is he going to be on the team next year?
I hope he isn't.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, does it matter if LeBron's gone? LeBron leaves, it blows the team up.
Exactly. So I'm like, I don't even know where you go from this team, because if LeBron isn't there, then it's nothing. Then it's nothing. Like you got Tristan Thompson.
I hear a bunch of NFL teams are looking for a quarterback, and they won't hire Kaepernick, but they might hire JR. So problematic because
he knows how to throw
a
game.
Bam.
Boom. Gosh, JR, I'm still wondering. I'm wondering, like, probably like 30 years from now, he'll be on ESPN. J.R. Smith comes with a tell-all. Actually, man,
he threw the game for Vegas.
Oh gosh, that's a perfect.
Because I mean, the line, it was a perfect line for Vegas to destroy. It was like I think it was and my friend Kevin was telling me about this. He said like the odds were like 12-1, and then there was some sort of tease or something. But he's like, it almost worked out so perfectly that Vegas won.
Dang.
That's what he's saying. Like as it was happening, so it's not like he was like being a conspiracy theorist through it. But he was saying how perfect it was, and then I started thinking like,
Dude, that's when I said, you know, how
He's got some questionable tattoos. I know he makes some questionable contacts. You know what I mean?
that was way better because I was thinking he was tripping on acid or something like that. Because that's the only reason you just run out of nowhere.
You can't pitch a no-no. It's basketball, different sport.
No, baby, come on now. No, baby.
No, baby.
But yeah, if he could come back and actually be a basketball player again, that'd be great. But
That would be pretty cool.
we'll know. So we'll see. I mean, game 3 is tomorrow night in Cleveland. Hopefully, I mean,
Sorry, Believeland.
like I say, it's LeBron in Cleveland.
Yep.
I don't doubt him.
He'll show up, but man, is he swimming upstream.
Man, I mean, he can come back because looking at a couple stats today, at all other teams in the league are 17 and 277 when they're down 2-0 in the finals. Teams with LeBron on them are 3 and 4 to win championships. So we'll see.
Statistics mean nothing to an individual situation. And that's what I say to that.
Exactly.
So that's why it's
Exactly.
fun to tune in.
That's why I love stats because they mean shit.
But they make you sound smart, right?
I know, right? I can read.
I got a firm grasp on ratios, numbers, and points.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm actually taking some coding classes in my off time. So
You damn, are you?
yeah,
Yeah. How's that going?
makes my brain hurt.
My buddy, my roommate Matt's doing that too.
Dope.
Yeah, you doing it right now?
Yeah.
What time?
Oh wait,
Did you do it last night?
I did it before I came here.
Oh, okay, because he's going to some class and doing it. So I was just curious. What if you guys were in the same class? What a small world.
Oh no, I'm taking it through Lyft.
Dun-dun-dun, the more you know. This show's brought to you by a man who works for Lyft.
Hey, working for Lyft, and they pay these bills. Okay.
There you go.
Hey, let's keep going because I mean, we already know we're going to see what's going to happen with LeBron because I mean that's going to be a toss up. But also we got to throw some love to a past legend who just passed away, our boy Dwight Clark. Sad story. I mean, if you don't know, he died from ALS, which is a crazy disease. Affects your nerves, muscles, pretty much takes your body away from you. But thinking more about like how dope he was back in the day. I mean, if you haven't seen this catch, it's on everything. You can Google Dwight Clark, Montana, and you're going to see something, probably one of the most epic catches you've ever seen. But yet, he looks like a G while he's catching it because he catches a ball, simple little two-step, not even a Gronkowski spike, just a little Cowboys throw to the side. And when I first saw that, I was like, man, that dude is a G because everybody's going nuts. They're screaming. People are crying. There's babies flying. And he's just like, simple spike, bitch, bam. And he just kind of walks off. And I was like, who is that? And my uncle's like, man, that's that motherfucker Dwight Clark, man. And I was like, that means nothing to me because I'm a tiny child. It is 1987 and I'm 5. So, I mean, hey. Shout out to him because I mean he did also went to a couple Pro Bowls. I mean he had a historic career. He was there with Montana, 9 years in the pros, spent his whole time with the 49ers. So shout out to a legend. He was 61, so he still led a good life. Worked in the front offices of the 49ers, killed it. Yeah, actually he was the front office of this whole downtime they've had.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, hey, still. Well, hey, they just had an uprising of the 49ers, so who knows? Shout out to Dwight Clark. You probably just rebirthed them from the horrible slumber they've been in for a while. So, yeah, much love to Dwight. Rest in peace, sir. We will always remember you for just being a dope man. So, live long and prosper. Or R.I.P. I'm terrible at dope stuff like that. But hey, let's push on.
All right.
We've remembered. Now, let's go to the XFL.
I pulled this up a second ago.
Oh, which one? Let's see that.
This right here. Right here. Come on. Nope, that's not the right one. I was looking for the bum bum bum. Yep, I did that wrong.
And the horn came out. That's pretty dope.
Oops.
But hey, you'll always remember that horn, though,
That is the only horn that I care about.
right?
The only one I care about.
Living it.
I'm sorry, I
living it
just
up.
did that one. Yeah.
That was good.
I tried.
I like air horns. They get you hyped because I mean we're moving on to the XFL, where the last XFL was, man, He Hate Me. That was the best player in the league. Was He Hate Me, and he epitomized it. So like I was saying, they're taking more steps. I mean, they hired their commissioner today, a man by the name of Oliver Luck. Oliver Luck.
Wait, I went to high school with that guy.
Really?
No.
Okay, yeah, because who is, I don't know. If you look him up, his picture is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like
what was his name? Oliver what?
Oliver Luck, no relation to Andrew Luck, but looks like he was a
He looks like a villain, 100%.
yeah. Like the penguin when he was on like the lap band.
Yeah. Or he looks like the bad guy in season 3 of Fargo. Anyone get that reference?
Yeah, that's a good show.
That's a good
Shout
one.
out to Fargo.
Shout out to Noah Hawking.
Man, I did not think I was gonna look like that show.
Oh,
so
it's
much.
perfect. It's a perfect
It is
show.
awesome.
They're not doing it anymore
And that sucks.
after season 3. They didn't even tie out season 3 into season 2. There's
Yeah.
But it's funny to think about the XFL because I remember talking about this on Pop Topics before, where we were talking about them coming back and how Vince McMahon thought it was a perfect time in terms of politics and in terms of the fact that Roger Goodell was changing the rules so goddamn often or meddling so goddamn often that it was a perfect time for people to see the football that they wanted to see. And so it'd be high contact, high velocity, less regulated football. Now, this was months ago, and we know how the news cycle goes, considering that Kanye West is getting a little less flack now that Pusha T's album's okay. and Kanye's own album, okay. But you know how the news cycle can turn.
Yeah.
This is so many news cycles ago that, like, I don't know if this is going to last.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're operating under that same paradigm as when they said, yeah, it's perfect economic climate, perfect political climate for us to do this. And putting Oliver Luck in charge of the XFL is like Donald Trump putting Linda McMahon in charge of the small business, like the small business cabinet member. It's like, what the fuck this bitch know about small business? World Wrestling Entertainment. World. That's not
World
small
wrestling.
business. Now, if like you're doing to do like bar wrestling in LA and not
makes more
ECW,
sense.
but the other one in LA that's really huge. It's like the Farm League for WWE now. Not ECW. G something. I don't remember what it's called.
GNA,
Is it? I don't know if
GNA.
that's right.
Guns and Ammo.
Yeah. LA Amateur Wrestling. I got to figure this out. I'm sorry. But it's like putting someone in charge of, put someone from there in charge.
Yeah.
It's insanity. It bothers me. By the way, I pulled it up. It says Cholitas Wrestling. That is not the one I'm talking about. This is the best show in LA apparently. This other, not Cholitas.
Cholitas.
We do not endorse Cholitas.
I don't even know what Cholitas is, but
Sounds delicious though.
it does sound delicious.
Yeah, but So Oliver Luck seems like a real boner of a choice. It's got a big
Oh.
Adam's apple.
Okay, and then remember when I said there's no relation to Andrew Luck?
Mhm.
I lied.
He is related to Andrew Luck.
That's his dad.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Andrew Luck's daddy. Mhm.
What?
Yep. Moving the headquarters to Connecticut. Yeah.
Of course, because that's where everything's written for WWE.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what is?
That is awesome because he's.
It's funny
currently
because
living
his
in
son is so
Indianapolis, yeah.
incredibly soft.
So soft.
But but again, the Colts run a pretty rough organization, considering that he played with broken ribs 2 seasons ago for so long, and he wasn't on the injury list. What are you reading?
Just some old school stuff on my boy Luck here. Played quarterback for the Houston Oilers, and was retired in the West Virginia University Hall of Fame. Mountaineers.
That
Wow.
fucking Hokies, dude. Mountaineers.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Oh, that's nuts.
Huh.
So we'll see. I mean,
It seems like a strange choice. I wonder what the. I guess if we did a little more deep diving, we'd be able to figure it out exactly.
Yeah.
What makes him
there's got to
qualified?
be some kind of relationship there too, because he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, of
not
course.
hire friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a friend guy.
Yeah. He does business with people that he knows and can trust and manipulate.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's like, I know what you're gonna do before you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. Because it's got to be some kind of relation there. Some kind of. Yeah, that's weird. I feel like when that 30 for 30 comes out, we'll know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll at least get 2 seasons out of it. That'll be
Yeah, and that's what I wonder, the longevity of the league, because then you're going to run into issues. I mean, CTE is already becoming, even, we always talk about how CTE is a problem, and it's down the pipes. There was a Malcolm Gladwell podcast, Revisionist History, Season 3, episode 2 weeks ago, was called, I can't remember what the title of it was called. Actually, I could pull it up right now. And it was about CTE, and it was done so incredibly well. Let's find it. I'm sorry. The Burden of Proof, episode 2 of season 3. Malcolm Gladwell, who wrote The Tipping Point, Blink, and What the Dog Saw, a bunch of like popular psychology books, talked about CTE in a very interesting way and about the actual psychology of football and how it may or may not go away. Even when the burden of proof is so high on fans of football, even when it's there, people are still willing to put people in danger in order for the entertainment because it's about tribalism, it's about getting together. So it's definitely a recommendation that that you listen to it. But the way he's talking about it, I wonder if that'll bring a little more CTE into the spotlight because, with Andrew Hernandez now showing signs of CTE, they said 98 out of 101 brain specimens by an independent institution and scientists showed signs of CTE, 3 of which were, I think, 10 of which in high school had 3 had CTE.
Wow.
So like the longer you go into the game, the more likely you are to have bouts of CTE, which can cause. Yeah.
I mean, I remember it's a throwback to Justin Timberlake, speaking right before the Super Bowl. I would never let my son, play football as I do the halftime show for the NFL. So it's kind of like a little contradictory.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's like I'll get paid by it, but I
it's
definitely
almost
hear
throwing shade at the moms and dads of NFL players now.
Yeah.
Or even people that are like, it's like throwing shade at them, like, but I mean, you got to get that Pepsi cash.
Got to get that Pepsi cash when you can. I mean, gosh, spin around for Pepsi. No, Pepsi. Hey, if we can get Pepsi, I'll spin around.
As far as I'm concerned, Pepsi's for the Vietnamese. It's a Coke family.
I was just going to say, is this a Coke family?
This is a Coke family. Coke and Hunt's ketchup.
Coke and Hunt's ketchup?
This is Hunt's ketchup family. No one's ever said that. No one purposely buys Hunt's.
No, it's on accident.
Yeah.
If you need something quick, you're like, oh, Hunt's. I could put some mustard
You get it
on
at a bodega. It's like it's dusty.
Bodega.
It's dusty.
It's tomato sauce.
Yeah.
But also, while we're on the topic of football, we also got another cool story in football with Johnny Manziel making his debut for the Hamilton
Great
Bearcats.
White North.
Great White North, where they don't care what you've done.
He's the White Walker.
The White Walker. He's so tiny. You're like, the White Walker.
Winter's coming.
Winter has come. Oh, but yeah, made that debut this past weekend against the Argonauts, which are the champion.
I thought they didn't let people. They don't even let you travel across the border if you have a DUI.
Yeah.
How is Johnny Manziel going to play for a team?
Well, there's money involved, so.
The
That
Canadians
changes
don't have any. That's why they didn't.
Exactly.
I mean, I think it's a good play.
Yeah.
I think it's a good play. How did he do? I didn't.
He did 9 for 12, 80 yards, 2 carries for 10 yards.
Wow.
So he did okay. I watched the game just a little bit.
And they have bigger fields.
Exactly.
The fields are wider. I mean, it might be easier to carry for 10 if you can really shuffle right or left and you really get away from the defense. I think you have a little bit of more. You have the opportunity to gain a couple more yards. Let's use scientifically as the control. Everyone has the same speed as the NFL, which we know probably isn't true. But if they're the same speed and you have a wider field, if you're going to run it to the outside, you're going to have the opportunity to pick up 2 or 3 more yards on average.
Yeah, because
That's math that I just made up.
Math just made it up.
That felt real right though.
But it sounded great, and I was like,
"Thanks, man."
It makes sense. It makes sense to me. It makes sense. But you're right though, because as he uses his speed, I mean, he's elusive enough to just kind of once he hits the outside edge, he can get like that 1-2 yards, and as you kind of pull out, it's still going to pull you out.
Yeah.
But I still like him because he's always still looking downfield to make that pass and make that play. He did a couple times too. You watch on the game, but he is the backup quarterback still. So he'll probably end up being the starter just to get people out there.
Definitely. Oh yeah.
There's so many like fans out there from VT and people out there with Browns
It's weird that
jerseys
you'd
on.
be a fan from VT.
Texas A&M. I said VT.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that seems wrong. But if you're a fan from Texas and you're going to go to Canada, Texas, the proudest state in our union, you're going to go to Canada to watch a kid who played in college play for another league. It seems like they want to suck Manziel's PP.
Exactly.
And they had the opportunity while he was an undergrad again.
I mean,
when he rejoined college after his pro career.
He's bipolar, so
Yeah, it's true.
you don't know which Manziel might show up.
Well, now he's I was gonna say bi-coastal, but that doesn't make sense. bipolar because he's gone to the south and north, but it's not me. Boom.
By border. That's terrible. Okay. So that was a stretch. But hey.
Better be bipolar than bisexual. That's what I would say. Hunt's Ketchup family, and need I repeat it?
This is a Hunt's family.
Yeah.
Red Vines.
Yeah, Red Vines. We are a Red Vine family. Red Vines are better than Twizzlers. Saying it.
Hey, it is. I mean, I'm sorry. It's true. But
Sweeter.
yeah. So
Sweeter.
and that also kind of makes me think about Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Just
You
is
think
that
he's a Twizzlers guy?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, if he was a smart dude,
He's not going to go to Canada.
You don't think so?
His fight's here.
This is true.
Yeah, he has a legacy to take care of, and I think, yeah, that sounded weird, but yeah, it does make sense.
No, that makes total sense because it's like you kind of jump in ship and put like him being not signed is kind of like his stand or his fight. Him stepping off to another league, I think,
would almost abandon the movement because
Exactly.
the movement has stayed. And now if we think all lives matter, we think Black lives matter, we think blue lives matter, we think of all these permutations of the initial idea of police on black brutality. It's like what other movement other than taking a knee has remained so relevant that even Donald Trump now, which we're going to talk about here in a second,
Yes.
and now even cite it to ignite some sort of thing. So it seems like the core of, even though it's been bastardized, we talked about that last week. Again, go watch the show, SoundCloud, El Nas Show, and YouTube. But what's to say that like it does seem like it's really held its ground. Like no matter what, the protest has remained the same. So it seems like it's a well organized movement by the players.
Yeah,
And so I don't think he'll leave.
yeah,
It'd be good for him. It'd be good for him to go play again and just at least
Exactly.
make that money, that CFL money. I don't see it there.
And
though.
that's what like how much are you making in the CFL? Like,
I'd like to actually find that out right now.
because that's crazy. Because I think back to Doug Flutie, and he played so many years in the CFL before coming back, and having that one great season against us where we roasted him, and we went to the Super Bowl. But I mean, he was a beast up there, and really made his career up there. I mean, he did a great job here too, but I feel like the CFL like really solidified him as a great because that's their Michael Jordan. Doug Flutie is the CFL Michael Jordan.
That makes sense.
Which is
I
nuts.
see that. He's also Lebanese. Don't know if you know that.
Really?
Yep. I read that in some Arabic propaganda that was floating around my family for a while. Yeah. It says, while many American players coming to the CFL signed for a league minimum of $54,000 in 2008, Manziel is unique. And there happens to be a recent player whose deal could provide a template for Manziel and the Ticats. Former Saskatchewan Rough Rider pivot Vince Young. So Young was a former first-round pick who, like Manziel, had been out of football for a while. The 34-year-old signed with a standard one-year deal plus a team-held option with a base salary of $120,000 for both years and $15,000 in housing, and another possible $71,000 in playtime bonuses and incentives, including $9,500 per game for being the second QB on the depth chart. Young did not receive any upfront money, meaning that the Riders could release him from training camp without paying anything. That's exactly what happened. So it looks like he'll be possibly making Manziel's net worth was around $4 million in 2017. Young's is estimated at $1.5 million. The opportunity to get back on the field might trump monetary considerations for Money Manziel.
Wow.
So it's saying that he could be making. I mean, he could possibly be making six figures, but I'd like to see his option. I'd like to see his the option they have for releasing him.
That's nuts. Like that's crazy that he can actually make like he might be making
He can make
groundbreaking money.
Yeah, he can make practice squad money in the U.S.
Exactly. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And then you still risk the risk injury. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, but good for Manziel for making that move, and it's possible that if he does well enough and dominates, then he could come back to the NFL with, and that would be kind of interesting for international sports.
That
might
would be
even
good.
make a move for the expansion into the UK.
Ooh, that would be good. Like send like a guy like that over to UK. You know,
Well,
don't
you
put-
send the Jaguars because they're obvious. That's the only team that's going to go there.
that's who they love. They got a
That's
strong
their team.
following
Yeah,
over there.
it's their team.
Wow, that's and when they go over, they like you see the jerseys. There's got like
Mm-hmm.
guys who have some season tickets over here who live in UK.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
The UK game is so weird.
You know,
And-
we play them too. Well, play in UK this year.
We do?
Yeah.
Really?
Play the Chargers in UK.
See, I don't understand. It happens weekly, right?
No, just one out the year. So there's like the UK game, and there's also the Mexico game, Mexico City game.
Oh, the
now.
Mexico City game. But no, not for us. We're not playing. No, but once per week, there's a game in the UK, right?
No, just like the one.
I thought it was a Saturday morning. Really, it's Saturday morning at like 9,
It's like
10.
9, 10.
I thought it was every week there was a UK game.
They're trying to get more of it now.
Okay.
Because I think they got 1 now, but trying to up it to 2, or I think they're trying to even spread it more to just different countries, even more too. But I
Mexico
think
City game was huge last year.
It was.
Well, Mexico City is I think the 3rd largest city in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Beijing. I think Beijing is the biggest, followed by New York City, and then the most people because their population's huge.
Oh, I would have
It
thought
might be
Tokyo would have been
7th.
up there.
It might be 7th. I remember having this conversation on Pop Topics before. But yeah, it's fascinating that they're trying to spread to an international market because no one wants. Dude, the NFL is losing so much market share.
It's crazy.
I've all but tuned out. I mean, you are the single reason why I still have a vested interest in the league, just so I can kind of know what you're. I mean, you're obviously leading the conversations, but I don't.
No, man.
I genuinely don't care. I feel like until Goodell goes, I don't really have a reason to really like love it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not doing anything for me personally.
Exactly. Yeah, because just with the changes every year, you feel like football is going to eventually go away.
It will go away.
Like just with the
10 years, it's gone. I'm
Yeah.
saying it. 10 years.
Yeah, I would say 10 years because you're just going to have even more. I mean, like you said with CET and just like the more stuff they're finding out. And I mean, some people are just going to be scared because you got some players who are already like retiring at like 28 and 25 and 26 just because, you know, they're nervous. And like you take one shot to the head, that second one could ruin your
Cranial
life.
traumatic encephalopathy. That's what
Whoa.
CTE stands for.
I couldn't even like say
Cranial traumatic encephalopathy. Encephalopathy is so much fun to say. I love it.
Encep
Encephalopathy.
L
Encephalopathy.
encephalopathy.
You got it.
Boom! You heard it here. I'm learning.
Yeah, that's what you got to say. Drunk checkpoints after games. That's what it should be. Can you say chromatic, chronic cranial traumatic encephalopathy? I can't do it. I'm drunk.
He's like, all right,
I'm
let's get it
fucked
going.
up, dude.
Well, hey, we'll definitely see that because I mean, Manziel's pushing it, so we'll see. I mean, shout out to him. Hopefully, that's gonna push just football and, like we said, hopefully football's around in 10 years. So hey, let's push it on because we got one more segment. I'm excited about it, or not really excited about.
What are we doing?
Oh, I'm doing that technical thing.
Okay, cool.
I need to hear that
I
great
have to
singing
know which one to
voice.
cue up.
You want an automatic ejection, 'cause that's a technical foul. The technical foul. A technical foul. A technical foul.
It's pretty
Boom. Good
good. I
shit.
love that. I've been watching that movie like crazy now.
Yeah.
I fall asleep to it now.
Yeah?
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can hear Adam Sandler's voice in my head while I'm sleeping.
That's cool.
Which is scary.
I was listening to Joe Rogan last night, and I realized that at the end of the night, because there's a podcast like 3 hours, so I'll fall asleep with it on. Like a couple hours later, I will always wake up to the very last, like the end of the episode. Like the guitar that goes out on it, like the outro.
Yeah.
I'll always wake up to it. I'm like, fuck, I gotta stop listening to Joe Rogan before I go to bed because that's like my trigger to wake up.
Yeah.
It's like Westworld's like, these violent delights have violent ends, and I'm like, I'm awake.
Like, yes.
That's a good pull for any Westworld fans.
Oh, man. Because I always watch that Steven Tyler one where he looks like a little schoolgirl. And he's like, so what else do you do? Because he's
Yeah.
always on them.
God,
He's
that
like,
was a good
asking good
episode.
questions,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's like, that's hilarious.
That was a good episode.
I liked it. It was funny.
Yeah, let's burn technical foul though.
Yeah, because
Teach me something.
Some crazy
What is
stuff.
the foul?
Because every year, pretty much the champion of every league visits the White House. And, some people have not wanted to visit the White House recently due to the president and some of the things that he says and does. But, he has a stance about kneeling in the NFL. And a couple of the Philadelphia players have strong stances against kneeling, which actually, if you think back to it, none of the Philadelphia players kneel. None of them.
Well, they're just abject.
Huge,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're not abject. They're objectively, or I'm looking for the word. It just sounds smart for you people. They're vehemently pro kneeling. They're pro the rights of players.
Yeah, because Malcolm Jenkins is probably like one of the hugest advocates of getting police and communities together. And
Well, because Philadelphia is very high crime.
yes,
And I was listening, actually, funny, I was listening to Joe Rogan with Candace Owens, who Kanye was saying has great ideas. She's the black conservative pundit. saying about that. She goes, "It's weird because in the building I live in, the building I work in, it's like it is all black people." I'm like, "Are there any white people in the city?" And that's when she's like, "I feel like and this is her conspiracy. I don't believe this is right at all." But she said that that the Starbucks, them kicking the 2 black guys out for just hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, she said that was probably a stunt because,
Wow.
yeah. But I mean, she said it because it's a primarily black city that she would be amazed that they kicked 2 black guys out because she's like, it's 46% or like I think 56% black
Yeah.
right now.
Wow.
I think that's the other thing. But like it is a predominantly black city.
Yeah, oh yeah. And it's crazy because, like I said, you got Malcolm Jenkins really being an advocate. Like he's probably
need it, yeah.
the hugest guys in the NFL speaking about it, and nobody, like I said, nobody on the team kneels. But yet, with this, how they feel, or just the fact that some players don't want to come to this White House, Trump doesn't want any of them to come.
If they don't want to come, I'm going to disinvite them. We already said we didn't want to come.
invited.
You're still fired. No, I quit. You're fired. What?
I fired you before you quit.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'm breaking up with you. No, I'm breaking up with you. Yeah, everybody, watch me. I just broke up with them. I just broke up. Dude, we literally just broke up with you. Like we just said, it doesn't matter. Fake news. He is.
Oh god,
Dude, here's the thing, man. So I think about this like North Korea. The summit with North Korea was canceled recently, and the world was like, "What? Why did you cancel it? Like,
Yeah.
why?" And it wasn't, playing by my rules. It's back on. All of a sudden, it's back on. He just wants the news cycle,
yeah,
and so by doing this, he wants a news cycle because he wants to get people's attention. And what does he want people to get attention for? Well, today is the primaries in 6 U.S. states, 8 U.S. states,
Yeah.
6 or 8,
Yeah.
California being one of them,
Yeah.
for the 2018 election, the midterms. By doing this now, ahead of the elections, I think he is invigorating a base in order to get the outcome where people go out to vote because they are outraged. Because if some Democratic pundits are speaking out against Trump or speaking for players that are kneeling, it could. And this again, this is a political operation that I don't necessarily know exists for sure.
yeah.
And I'm not a big believer in like the deep state or anything like that. I believe it's like just a bunch of unconnected ideas that happen. Either way, it doesn't matter about my thoughts on the deep state. But I think that by doing this, he's reinvigorating his base in order for him to establish and to keep a grip on the House during the 2018.
Oh yeah, because I mean, during the football season, that's all he had. I mean, the vice president shows up to a football game before the game, and when he sees someone kneel, oh, I gotta go. And hey,
Which
just
costs the American taxpayers a lot of money.
yes, just for him to show up to a football game, that he flew in that morning for, and then he flew out before it.
He wasn't. It was a symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's crazy.
And it's funny how transparent it is, which is a real bummer. So yeah, I just genuinely don't really. What do you think? Like if you were asked to go, so you didn't. Let's say you did not kneel, but you stood you stood for the national anthem. You stood for people kneeling. Would you go to the White House?
I don't think I would. No, I know I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to be associated. It's like people not listening to Kanye's album right now just because, how
I
they
listened to
feel.
it. That's actually pretty funny.
I did. It is hilarious.
It's funny, dude.
It is hilarious.
He's good.
He's good.
Well, he's like, what did he say that Russell Simmons said that he would pray for Me Too? But it's funny because he just got Me Too'd.
Oh yeah,
That is such a fucking funny line. Like,
Very
I think that's
funny
what
line.
it is. But no, and that's the thing is I don't defend Kanye either way. I think he's I got to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the sports, and I think that the visiting the White House I feel is like an antiquated. It's an antiquated gesture from a political system that genuinely doesn't care about the future of the sport itself.
Yeah.
So why would you pay honor to that? So
Yeah.
for that reason I wouldn't. But for Trump to say or for to go, and because I was kneeling, I would still go.
Yeah.
To make at least have the conversation. But if
Yeah.
people are saying they're not going to go, it's like, no, I'm not going to talk to him. No, I'm not going to talk to him. It's petty, and we need in a time where we have a lack of political diplomacy and discourse and productive discourse in the country. I feel like it's an opportunity to establish some sort of discourse. If not, as long as you don't make a stunt out of it, that Huckabee Sanders can spin.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think it was like they didn't even come out and say, hey, we're not coming. They were just going hey, some of our players, kind of disagree with how what Trump thinks, and I kind of feel that because
That's fair, and
Yeah.
and I think it should be a team choice. Maybe
Exactly.
it shouldn't be up to the individual players. It should be up
'cause they
to
don't
the
wanna
team
take it
owner.
away from 'em.
But the
Yeah.
team owner, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, does who owns the Eagles?
oh, I
Bon Jovi
forgot.
owns the arena football team, but who
Yeah.
owns the Eagles?
I mean, hey, I know that.
Where'd you get that? The real world.
I mean, hey,
That's a
shout out to them.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
where I
on
learned
there.
that.
Shout out to John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
He was also on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Was he?
Well, they tried to buy the team, but of course they weren't trying to buy the team.
Oh, he was in that episode.
It was a whole ruse.
Yeah.
But
He was trying to buy the Bills pretty recently.
yeah,
That was about
I
2 years
remember
ago.
that.
Yeah.
And they were like,
They were like, "No, fuck you."
he should have went for the Panthers.
Yeah, he should have.
Gosh, that would have been a good get. But I'm like, Bon Jovi, owner of the Panthers. That would have been
And they get access to the entire Slippery when Wet catalog for pregame.
dope. Ooh.
Ooh, let's buy him by the Titans. Or the Titans, so we can get rid of Lil Jon.
Oh gosh, come on.
But you know, I want my favorite
We
one.
need Bon Jovi.
It's my life, and it's now
And
or
it's like
never.
him like coming down from a helicopter that's like piloted by veterans.
live forever.
That'd be perfect in Nashville.
Yeah,
Just
be fun.
John Bon Jovi would thrive. What are you doing, Bon Jovi?
Yeah, I'm a cowboy.
I'm sure you have
And
the
these
house
new boots are white. I bought them 1 for $5. That's the other way, because you can buy Boot Barn. You get bad deals.
Boot Barn. Shout out to Historic 7. Or is that 7th? Second. That's on second, right?
Historic secondhand. Boot Barn.
You can get 2 for 1.
And there's that Boot Country.
Boot Country.
Yeah,
that's
Boot Country.
right.
Boot
With
Barn's
the
on
huge
Broadway.
boot. Huge boot.
Big old boot.
Take a picture of that boot.
Let's give Trump the boot.
But I want to read the statement that,
Yeah, I'd love for you.
that Trump said, just because I thought it was kind of hilarious.
I think Trump's a pretty funny dude, honestly.
Was it with the president? Because he. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Oh wait, no, that's the PA Play Associations when they said that.
Did the PA spoke up?
Oh yeah, that was about the whole kneeling in general.
Oh, that was from last week.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because they were pretty upset.
What did
about
Trump
it.
say specifically?
Let's see. Oh, whoa.
What do you got?
Oh, they said instead of having a natural drawing of everybody, they will have a ceremony that will honor our great country, pay tribute to the heroes who fight to protect it, and we will loudly and proudly play the national anthem.
It's gonna be the loudest you've ever heard. Your ears are gonna hurt
Yeah.
with patriotism. You are gonna be bleeding red, white, and blue.
Yeah, because he pretty much dissed the players because they cut that part off of here, which was my favorite part.
It's just it does that. I'm very. I'm,
Yeah.
So you wouldn't go.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But
I
would you
mean-
make like if everyone else was if the team was going, you would opt out?
Well, yeah, just because I've had instances in the past where,
Can you tell me about those?
because this was like high school stuff.
Yeah. See,
Like,
this is the shit we need to be getting into.
yeah, like old school, high school stuff. Like, you go to a party and your girlfriend, is another race than you. So going to that party, you know that you're not the predominant race, but you know that people at that party don't want you there.
So it's like Get Out.
Exactly. It's kind of like that unwelcomed feeling where you feel like anything could happen in the moment. I mean, I would be more scared in the White House than anywhere.
Yeah, I would
Because
agree.
I mean, if cops are just shooting people like that, I mean, it's the White House. I would disappear and you would never hear about it.
That's true.
Like that'd be nuts.
Yeah, I just and that's something that I guess I take for granted. I can show as much empathy or as much sympathy, not sympathy, understanding,
good.
empathy.
Empathy's good.
I can show as much empathy for like you being a black man in that experience, and I can show as much of it and try to understand it. But it's like trying to explain that This Is America music video, and like, yeah, we can talk about symbolism all day, but what does it actually mean?
Yeah.
And I think that you're the one who can say what it actually means. And to hear that, that kind of shows me like, oh, you still have a way to go to understand.
Yeah.
And like good, I can pat myself on the back, which isn't what I do when I have empathy for.
And that's the biggest thing is just having that openness to listen.
Yeah.
Or try to put yourself in some shoes. Because some people are just like, oh, that doesn't happen. There's no way, blah, blah, blah. I saw him shoot him on TV, but that's no way.
Right.
It has to be another story behind it or something.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing is that, just people being open. And that's what we need is just even the people who are committing the terrible stuff, and just being open. Because I feel like they're trying to push power on people.
They are, yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's the hugest thing you don't want. You need to be open.
It's just crazy to me that they think their base is so pro-Trump. And I know that there is a majority of their base that's pro-Trump, but as we saw, you don't need the majority in order to win an election.
Exactly.
So it's like they're playing their odds, and they're literally splitting the base. They're like they already split one political base, which I mean it's been split for years, because we haven't had an independent ever.
Yeah.
But it's they split the base even in terms of football. Are you like they brought politics into football and they're using it
Yeah.
as leverage?
That's crazy too.
It's like I bought you that toy, not your mom. So make sure when you're playing with it, you would think of me.
exactly.
And so it's like, oh, well, if they get 55% of, 51% of American or football fans who are watching it to, view it one way, they can push their policies a little further and use it as a secondary propaganda machine, and they can do their bidding for them. I mean, it is absolutely, I mean, that is political tactics right there, and that's
Yeah.
nothing new.
And just like you said,
Advertising does
trudging
that.
up early, bringing it back because it's like, oh, there's OTAs. Oh yeah, let me get this back going. Let me bring this back up because
Yeah.
I mean I feel like that's the only platform you had because I feel
Well,
like
it's
you couldn't have
funny.
it with basketball.
It's funny that they did this. They did the announcement a week ago about the kneeling rule, and then a week later, Trump says something. I mean,
Exactly.
not two signs or two instances make a conspiracy knot, but it's easy to draw a correlation between the two acts. Given that the primaries are coming up, and it depends on which side of the aisle you look at it from, because perspective is everything. Perspective is reality. So for me to think that it's possible that this is a coordinated effort in order to use disenfranchised people's protest in order for political gain, and it's politics and it's messy. Unfortunately, it's just happening in front of the kids now.
Because,
Where the parents used to argue behind the doors,
Yeah.
They used to wait for the kid to go to bed. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
They're going to argue right in front of the kids. And
Because it's
not
good for both sides. I mean, especially Trump, because that's his whole platform is just social media. It's like, unless he's on social media or being heard or doing something like that, I feel like he's like, nobody even listens to him. I mean, because everybody's lost respect for his president. That's kind of
Oh, man. A lot of people haven't, though. And that's the problem. And it's because I still...
Well, yeah, you still
I do-
got that general like.
Man, I have this weird take, and this might not even be the correct form to bring it up, but there are times where I think that the left media, it does itself such a disservice. If it wanted to do the thing, it would let him hang himself with his own shoelaces rather than spinning them all the time. Because CNN, if you spin things too often and take too many liberties, all of a sudden you become CNN and NBC are, they are legs of the left media. And so that when I used to believe the liberal media bias didn't exist, no, it absolutely does. And he's actively working against that. Now he's very combative against that, and it's not the best way. But can we blame him for fighting back when they're constantly trying to spin everything that he's doing incorrectly? And I see that. And the Obamas and the Clintons, Clinton putting on a free Pusha T concert for black people so that they could get her to vote.
That was pretty weird. I was like, whoa.
Pusha T following Tim Kaine. You had Beyonce and Jay-Z. And this kind of comes from Candace Owens, who I don't believe has the best ideas because she definitely denied climate change in a stupid way. But for her to say that Jay-Z and
Like Matt
Beyonce
Boyd.
abandoned the black, like Matt Boyd, huge climate denier, not real. But for her to say that Beyonce and Jay-Z kind of abandoned the black community, you're not wrong. Because Hillary has shown, and I say two instances make a conspiracy knot. There were overwhelming ideas that the fact that she overcame the DNC, that there is collusion on her side. So it's like, is Trump a bad guy? No. Is there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
He's just doing it one way. The cat's going to get skinned. Now, who's it going to hurt in the process? And that's where my compassion for people to be like, no, you're doing it wrong, but he is getting the results we need.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, I hate that.
He's getting all that, and it's like you said, you don't think about those people in the crossfire pretty much, because that's a lot of
And
people.
that's who's in the crossfire, and it's the players that we care about and talk about every week.
Yeah.
And if you keep politicizing their point of view, you're going to eventually dilute their point of view and then dilute their public stance.
Yeah.
And they need a platform.
They do. Because they took away basketball. Like I said, they got that rule there where you can't really speak out or do anything during the national anthem, and that's been a rule that's been there for a minute.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're kind of used to it.
But they allow it to happen in other ways, like we said last week, like Matt said, and he put it brilliantly. There's more than one way to protest. Mm-hmm. So if you're there, it's not kneeling, it's going to be something else.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they keep moving the needle, sole players, and I'll support the players who keep moving the needle until those things are solved. But it's systemic problems where we need to have open, honest discourse, and that's why I bring it back to being like, go to the White House, go and create a place for dialogue, not as a stunt, because a lot of the time it's seen as a stunt. Don't do it through a publicist. Do it yourself, and say it's not a stunt. It's a coordinated effort. They can have a bill that's signed and endorsed by other senators and other congressmen. When you go and you say, this bill is endorsed by this many people,
Yeah.
you go and saying, this is an initiative I have. I'm here not to respect you. I'm here to bring the agenda of someone else. This is not a publicity stunt. This is an opportunity for open discourse. And that's where change happens.
Yeah, that would be great if it was like that on the low for real, not in front of cameras. That would be awesome. They just need somebody
just
to take
adds
that
to the
first step.
saga.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to build, and that was save face for them at least, because
Yeah.
that way you coming up, you're being that olive branch, you're being that first person to be the bigger, like you said, bigger person. Take that first step, and hopefully, that would be good to like break his icy heart and make him like, huh?
No, he's not changing.
And his heart grew 3 times.
He's not changing.
Not at all.
Well, we're not changing either. This is a good show, man.
It was a good show.
I feel really good. I feel like I talked a lot. I'm sorry.
No, you did a good job. You used a lot of big words, which I really liked.
Encephalopathy.
Bam! I'm not gonna try
You're not
to
gonna try
attempt
it?
that right now. No, not at all.
All right, let's send him out here, Al.
But hey, go on to all these social media things we are on and like us, subscribe us, hit us up, say what's up. Throw me some comments because I will comment back. I will roast you.
At
all right?
El Nas Show on Instagram.
That's number 7.
You guys gotta go there. There's clips of past shows. Go to the YouTube, subscribe. We're gonna get the Facebook going. We'll be up on iTunes, SoundCloud now. Look up El Nas Show. We're gonna make it happen. This show's popping off. We're going worldwide.
We're popping to see you guys next week.
Let's dance it out.